Hello everybody, Terrence Popp here with another episode from the Lair, or the Lair! Anyway, it's going to be a short one today. I had surgery today and they cut up basically a golf ball sized tumor out of my back, so it's kind of hurting. Kind of fucked up a little bit, but I'll be alright. So anyway, I got, let's see, I got a comment.
Liberals should solely be held responsible for the terror attacks. The media is quick to claim lone wolf, homegrown attackers. Conservatives and people with a protective mindset or protective attitudes are compared to medieval thugs and morons.
Let's see. Well, this is what's going to happen. If you don't get this under control, you're going to have these attacks. They're going to continue. And then when you all show up for your candle vigils and to drop off your flowers and stuffed animals, they're going to blow you up there too, because, you know, 2 for the price of 1, and that's how they operate. Seen it done, so I don't think it won't fucking happen. And the second part of this is flowers and candles are the way of sheeple, okay? You go there and you give your thoughts, drop off some flowers, light a candle. What does that actually do? Nothing. It does absolutely nothing. People are murdering citizens, basically, at will, and you don't get mad about it. Well, down the road when it gets real bad, you're going to be the people that walk into ditches and shoot. I'm just saying. I mean, it is what it is. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't condone violence in any way, shape, or form, but I know when it's coming. All right, number 2. If I were president, what would be my main issues I would fix? Okay, well, there's more than just one. I would stop all of the goddamn import of all the cheap bullshit coming from overseas. All right? There's absolutely no reason why you can fucking order something to be made on the other side of the fucking planet, put it on a ship it here, and it's yet cheaper than having it made here. There's something broken in that equation and it needs to be fixed. Or, here's another option. I call it the tit for tat taxes. So basically you appoint somebody who goes to other countries, looks at our products, and basically it's simple math. You can determine if there's a tariff on it, 10, 20, 30, 40%. And if there is, everything that country makes that they send here get the same thing. It would level the playing field a lot, I think. Okay, another thing, I'd make any and all colleges that get federal funding to do the following. Instead of, making people take 2 goddamn years of useless fucking classes that they don't need, and they're going to have to pay for, and, it'll take 10 to 20, 30 years to complete, and a lot of these degrees are fucking worthless. You can fold them up and wipe your ass with them. And a lot of the college campus shit, because of the bullshit classes, is very intimidating to individuals who think that it doesn't really work for them. So if they're going to take federal fucking money, they need to offer some blue-collar career path training and certificates, like, I don't know, welding, pipe fitting, being an electrician, a machinist, a mechanic, carpenter, pipe fitter, or how about, getting computer certs so you can work in the computer industry. You don't need to take a bunch of those bullshit classes, unless you're starting up from square one, because a lot of them are fucking stupid. Okay, like, who's going to use, I think back in the day they were trying to get us to take Fortran and those other dead languages. People spent probably thousands upon thousands of dollars to learn fucking computer languages that are basically obsolete now. So that's fucking stupid. Or how about this? Robotics. How to fix robots. Yeah, I'm sure you can put something together, and that would probably help, from the bottom up economics, to get people working in some blue collar jobs, making some good money. Especially if a lot of that shit is going to be made here instead of shipped over for dirt cheap. I would shut down the nuclear power plants. Yeah, they're supposedly green. Well, why don't you tell that to all the people in and around Chernobyl and what's going on in the Fukushima out there in Japan? The current fucking design we have for nuclear power plants is fucking stupid. The fucking waste is dangerous for, I don't know, like 5 or 6 millennia. You have to bury it underground. And what happens when that breaks and gets into the water table? Radiation poisoning. People dying in droves. Not that we don't need that because there's too many people, but I think the nuclear power plant thing is absolutely asinine. I would probably suggest we, I don't know, convert some of the states in the middle of the country. There's whole large areas that you could probably put solar panels up at like 10 or 12 feet. Have them, facing towards the sun. They track the fucking sun, and then they go down. And then, hey, you could probably hook them up to some, deep water aquifers and actually water the desert every 2 or 3 days and change the face of the fucking planet. Have more green, okay? And then that would also help with a lot of these fucking carbon emissions. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm not really a liberal guy, but there's really it's kind of stupid that you have all of these open areas that are getting baked by the sun and you're not using them to make power. I mean, that's insane. Okay, I would also probably enforce a majority of the fucking products that are sold here be made here or assembled here because we have a lot of people who need to fucking work. A lot of people are on the fucking government tit. A lot of people have a lot of free time. When people have free time and they don't have enough resources, they fucking get into mischief. And I say, hey, make them earn an honest living, keep them working, and we'll all move forward. And a lot of the bullshit that we have going on right now will probably fade away into yesteryear. And finally, and this is going to make me uncomfortable for a lot of young people out there, but I seriously think you should do a mandatory federal service from 18 to 20. So 18, 19, 20, 24 months, 28 months, then you rotate out. But a lot of these people are, they're living behind the safety of 5 fences. Check out the episode. They're seeing shit on the news that the government wants you to see. And there really is no substitute for taking your happy ass, moving away from your house, minimum of 500 miles, and, maybe you're in the federal work program where you're helping fix the roads, the infrastructure, learn how to work concrete, do basic construction stuff, or go in the military as an enlisted dude and go see the world. Again, the military thing, a lot of guys out there don't like that, but it is what it is. And I have a feeling in the near future, they're going to need a military because shit's going to go awry. Let's see. This is a hater one here. See, I feel sorry for your daughters. All right, let me just count to 5. Go to my Zen place. Don't let anger get involved. Okay. I feel sorry for your daughters. They have a barbarian as a father, who is ignorant, evil, brutal, a sadist, and a psychopath. Okay, well, if you've watched my videos, it's all original shit, and if I was ignorant, I wouldn't have thought that up for the past 4+ fucking years. Evil, yeah, I'm an evil motherfucker, alright? But I'm the evil you know, which is better than the evil you don't know. So when shit's fucking going crazy and the enemy's at the gate, you come and find guys like me. And we are fucking brutal because that's how the world is. All those fucking liberals out there who think the world's gonna be all fucking champagne and roses, yeah, go over there in the fucking Middle East or down to South America or some of those other fucking crazy shithole countries and just see how quick you get your attitude adjustment. Okay, and a sadist, not a sadist. I don't take pleasure in giving people pain. I will do it, but I don't take any pleasure in it. There's no honor in that, but it is a job that needs to be done. And a psychopath. Okay, have you actually looked up the definition of a psychopath? I'm under full control of my capabilities. I don't think I'm insane. I mean, I have some crazy ideas and I stay up late at night. But I would say that I am basically been trained as a sociopath. In my line of work, you have to do things. You turn off the emotions and you get them done. Doesn't make me a psychopath, and you're an idiot. As for my daughters, I drive 500 miles one way, usually 2 to 3 times a month to hang out with them for basically 40 hours. Friday, Saturday, part of Sunday. Maybe it's 46 hours. I taught my kids how to gamble. I started gambling with my girls when they were like 4 and 6. And we play Risk for money, we bowl for money, putt golf for money. You know, I taught my girls how to play poker, 21, gin rummy, the whole deal. You know, we do the video games, we don't play those for money. And my daughters extort me for money when I use the F word. So, you know, every time I use the F word when I do these videos, it costs me a pretty penny. But it's well worth it. What are some of the most valuable things you carried with you when you were on mission or deployed? Well, we're going to have a little show and tell here. You can get iodine tablets to clean your water, and it basically kills the majority of the bad shit in your water, but it doesn't filter out a lot of the stuff, so the water you drink is basically absolutely filthy. So when I went, I usually took one of these. It's a water purification pump, hand cranked. I think it'll fill 2 swimming pools, filters out pretty much everything. And then you put an iodine tablet in it, make sure everything's dead, and this has paid for itself over and over and over again, because you can only really go 3 days without water. And if that water is not clean, you can probably go for another 2 days before you shit your brains out and possibly die from dehydration. Another item that I thought was absolutely crucial is having a good knife. You gotta have a knife that's long enough that will penetrate into a individual's body far enough to cut vital organs and arteries, and thus reducing their blood pressure to 0. This is one of my favorites. I carried this in Iraq. It was a Jungle Lee Hatari fighter. This one was made in Taiwan. I have 2 that were made in Japan, which are incredibly valuable. And the one I took to Iraq, I will never part with. I will probably be buried with it, so I'll have a weapon to show at the gate when I go to Valhalla. But, you know, up close and personal, a good knife. You keep it clean, you keep it sharp, and one dark night, it'll save your fucking life. It has me. Okay, but I will say this. When you have to stick a fucking knife into another human being, is not a pretty thing. People just don't fall dead like in the movies. There's a lot of goddamn screaming, and it is the equivalent of mental rape when you do it. So I hope to God you never have to. All right, another thing here is this is my Ranger handbook, and this is the actual one I took to Ranger school. I have it in plastic, and it's pretty much everything that you need to know about ground combat, patrolling, knots, and everything else to do with low-intensity ground warfare and infantry warfare. Yeah, so this is the one they issued me in 9 of 90 when I went. Yeah, so this came in valuable. What you have in this little book is basically 4 or 5 field manuals that weigh about 2 to 3 pounds apiece, and this Ranger handbook is roughly 1/6 of 1 pound, and well worth it. You know, the ones you get today are a little thicker because they're written for college educated. The smaller ones and the older ones were written for people with a high school education. All right, this next one is going to blow your mind, but I'm going to tell you, this has saved my ass more times than I can count. And I call it the pocket ref. Okay. I mean, there's everything in here, from electronics to explosives to geometry to types of acids and different types of batteries, how to distill stuff. It's like having a physics, chemistry book. It tells you about the moon phases, you know, how to, you know, well, the older ones actually told you how to, you know, mix up explosives for farming, like taking out stumps and stuff. But the newer ones, it's been removed, but you can get sections, you just add on to the back. I mean this is amazing. And it doesn't require batteries. You just have to keep it dry, and it costs maybe $11. Well worth the money right here. And I know I'm blowing your minds because you're like, oh wow, books, I thought you'd have some cool stuff. Okay, now here, okay, well, this peanut butter has a lot of fat and calories in it. Now typically eating peanut butter, you know, with a spoon out of the jar, people find that reprehensible. Unless you are in the field and you are running short on food, you can pretty much stretch this out to last about a week. You take a tablespoon once in the morning and a teaspoon in the evening, and then you take a multivitamin because you will always be sweating out all the minerals and stuff that you need. Okay, now you'd be surprised how far you can get on these two things. And they only weigh, let's see, this is 16 ounces and this is 12 ounces. So these two things, sorry about that, these two things will basically allow you to move roughly, if you really push the envelope and you're not weighted down too bad, in a week you can probably cover 300 to 500 miles. It's like 30, 40, 50 miles a day. You can probably go a little bit farther if you have a little fat on you, because fat is designed to be used under stress, and when it is not, it causes problems within your own body. Now, a lot of people are going to freak out over this one, but this 5 live rounds of 5.56 ammunition. Now, I've been on a lot of training missions where you're not allowed to have live rounds, but this has saved my bacon and the bacon of some of my people on several occasions. One, we ran into a pack of coyotes. It was winter, so they'd packed up. There was maybe 8 to 11. We couldn't really get a good count on them. And, we human beings, we're hairless monkeys. We're incredibly weak. We're not that strong. We have okay endurance, but we don't have any natural weapons. And if you had a fairly sized house cat that was pissed off and you threw him into a phone booth with you, there is a good chance that cat can kill you. A lot of times you do training out of the country and word gets around that there's soldiers out there training and they don't have any ammo. And on one instance, I saw 8 or 9 guys get out of a pickup truck. They were carrying various firearms, shotguns, some older, just deer rifles. Obviously, they were here to either kill us or take our shit. You lock and load one round, you fire it into the air, and you just change the entire tactical picture. Because all those people, it's one thing to go over and attack a bunch of soldiers who can't fight back, who don't have any bullets. You fire off one in the round and they're like, holy shit, they do have bullets. They are trained infantry guys. We're Joe shit the rag bag. Our advantage is gone. Let's get back in the truck and get the fuck out of here. Okay, I had to shoot a feral dog. Didn't take any pleasure in that, but they are what they are. They carry rabies. So... And basically, you disassemble one of your 30-round magazines, you roll it up, you stick it in there, you put the bottom on, it's virtually undetectable. And when you get out there, you take the tape off of it, and you keep them in an area where you can reach them, because they will save your ass. And finally, if you go out and you have a knife, you have a couple rounds to save your ass, and you have the fucking ref, the pocket ref, so you know the moon phases, you know pretty much what nights will be incredibly cold and which ones won't. Now, I prefer a flint and steel type of apparatus because it doesn't really require lighter fluid, either the liquid or the butane, but a lighter like that, I've lit some fires that were, we're doing some missions where we actually moved into this is ludicrous stupid phase. I had people stumbling around, not talking coherently, which are basically the initial steps into going to hypothermia. So I took all my guys down into a valley surrounded by some thick trees, and we set up a couple lean-tos, made a fire, a boot drying rack, ate a little food, drank some water, and regrouped, dried off, and by the next morning we were mission capable. The only other thing that I don't have here that I should is an actual magnetic compass. You know, I mean, north, south, east, and west. It sounds easy until you really, you know, it's a cloudy day. You can't see the sun. So when you stick a stick into the ground for a sundial and you work out the directions, it's not going to work. The compass will save your ass. And that's really all you really need. I mean, they'll give you all the rest of the stuff, and then you could decide for yourself what works and what doesn't work. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of wisdom I'm sharing with you, because a lot of people, you know, they learn this stuff after they lose a finger. They go into hypothermia and they got to get picked up by a helicopter, or they get bit by a couple of coyotes and have to spend a month getting fucking rabies shots, which I don't recommend. So with that being said, gentlemen, that was just only 5 questions, but some of them were fairly in depth, and I hope you appreciate the wisdom I'm trying to share with you here, not only in how to get along in you know, society and some of the sneaky bullshit that women play to basically marry a guy, get 2 or 3 kids out of him, jettison his ass, and then soak him for money for 18 to 26 fucking years, which in my opinion is absolutely ruthless. And I am just trying to, how shall we say, even the playing field. But anyway, that's me. Painkillers are starting to kick in, and you know, this is one of those nights with a lot of pain, so we're gonna have to go with some liquid sleep, because I'm gonna drink this shot of tequila, and roughly 20 minutes from now I will be long into my strain of horrific nightmares that I have virtually every night. And you actually get used to it after a while. And some nightmares actually make great plots for books I'm going to write down the road. So here it is to you. Salute. Love it. If you're going to drink tequila, you drink this, because it's lower on the calories. And it doesn't really have a lot of impact in your blood sugar, so it doesn't fuck with your A1C. And as long as you stick to 1 or 2 shots a night, it doesn't really, you know, blow your bad cholesterol out of the fucking water, and it actually helps your blood pressure come down, and you know, has a lot of health benefits. So I do not have a drinking problem, but I have problems, so I drink. I would drink a beer, but I love chocolate stout, and whenever I have one of those, it's like, you know, it's the equivalent of eating 2 ham sandwiches, and I don't eat that well. I try. I eat a lot of salad, cooked chicken, but you know, late at night when you're not sleeping, couple of King Dongs and a glass of chocolate quick, I fucking love it. I'm sorry I kind of ranted on. Please let me know if you like the show and tell and how I explain shit works in the actual real world where shit goes fucking south. Subscribe to the channel. You know, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. And I would really like individuals who are serious about getting updates from Redonkulas.com to send an email to redonkulas12@gmail.com, and I am going to put you into a constant contact database. So instead of waiting for YouTube to send you emails, which I believe from communicating with other red pill philosophy individuals, that they are slowly but surely being strangled. And if I can send these new shows or ideas to you directly, another thing I would appreciate, if I send you something cool and you just send it to 5 people. And if I get 10,000 people on this email list and they send it to 5 people, it could grow pretty big. to the point where hopefully next year I'm sending out 100, 150 emails, 3 to 4 times a week. And I think that would be, a really good shot across the bow for a lot of these feminists out there who have no sources, and their arguments are basically, revolve around feelings, which have the maximum effective range of an excuse, which is 0 fucking meters.